You've been told the secret to feeling better is to keep searching, read more, fix more, hustle harder. But what if that constant search is actually the reason you still feel stuck? In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to flip that on its head so you can find some real clarity without all the searching and chasing. I've worked with many people through some of the hardest relationship problems and questions, not by giving advice, but by helping them uncover the wisdom they already have inside of them. And the surprising truth is the moment you stop trying so hard to find answers is often the exact moment that they show up. One of my clients, she came in with a long list of pros and cons about whether to stay in her marriage or to go, separate, get a divorce. She had a full list. Looking at this list did not help her to feel peaceful at all. And what happened next really changed everything for her. I'm going to walk you through 3 simple shifts that will help you to stop overthinking, to access your own wisdom, and to feel more grounded. And you can start today. You've been told the answer is out there, somewhere in a book, a podcast, a conversation, someone else's advice. But what if it's not about finding the right answer at all? What if the answers come when you stop searching and you start listening to that quiet wisdom that's inside of you? I want to help you try something completely different. And this isn't about solving your problems or overthinking things or thinking about your problems some more. It's about exploring. Let's get away from the checklists. Let's get away from the end goal and lean into curiosity. It's kind of like opening your junk drawer, not to tidy it, but just to see what's there. You're not hunting for anything in particular, not looking for anything in particular. And that's when you stumble across something valuable that you forgot you had. You're like, whoa, this is cool. Now, remember the woman that I was speaking about earlier, my client? She came in completely caught up in whether to stay in her marriage or leave her marriage. Like, she had lists, timelines, pros and cons. She'd done a lot of thinking about this. But all that note taking and all that thinking really just made her feel worse. It made her feel worse every time she talked about it, every time she read the lists. When she finally stopped trying to figure it all out and she simply got curious, something shifted. She started noticing things she'd been missing for years. She noticed her partner's quiet bids for connection. She noticed her own capacity to do things differently. She gained a new understanding of where her husband was coming from. She noticed where she could do things better. The more she let go of her insecure thinking, the more her own wisdom came through. And with that, she began to see the good in her relationship, in herself, in her husband, and in the life that they had together. She's still with him. Things are going really well. And you can do the same. Let go of the pressure to fix your relationship like it's a problem to solve. Instead, get curious. Ask questions. Follow what feels true for you in the moment. That kind of openness creates space for real insight to show up. The other day, Dave and I were at a blues festival. It was Sunday morning gospel service. The music was phenomenal. We went with another couple who ended up sitting together right between Dave and I. Man, I felt so annoyed that he didn't make the effort to sit beside me. We don't get out on a lot of date nights. We have Busy family, 7 boys, we're both working, and I was sad about it. By the end of the show, I convinced myself that he just didn't care about me as much as I cared about him. But later, when my mind settled, I saw something I'd completely missed. He hadn't even noticed the seating. This was not a statement about our relationship at all. The insight I had was that the hurt I was feeling in the moment wasn't coming from what was actually happening. It was coming from the story I was telling myself about it. I mean, boy, we can sure cause ourselves a lot of unnecessary suffering just sitting in a chair and thinking about something like this. If exploring instead of searching opened up any possibilities for you, then this next step will take you even deeper. Because once you stop chasing answers out there, you realize what you're really looking for has quietly been waiting inside of you all along. Here's something most people don't talk about. When you start exploring, you begin to notice what's been there all along. You see, happiness isn't out there waiting for you to catch it. It's already here within you all the time. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to get anyone's permission to feel it. What I want to show you now is how to spot that steady calm underneath everything else. So life's a little easier, no matter what's happening around you. You know that feeling when you're traveling, you're sitting on a beach and you just feel so happy, so calm. The water's waves are making a beautiful sound. It's easy to think it's because of the beach or the warm sun or the sound of the waves, or it's the break from your daily routine and grind at home. For years, I believed that too. I thought it was because I didn't have to go to work or I had fewer responsibilities. I'd escape my everyday life. I was hanging out with friends and family. The weather was beautiful. But here's what I've come to see. It's not the beach that makes us happy. It's the thoughts we're having in that moment. It's the good feeling we're creating inside ourselves without even realizing it. We've all been on a beach looking out at the most beautiful view and feeling absolutely miserable. When our mind is caught up in something painful, that's what happens. It's happened to me. And that's when I realized the beach has nothing to do with my happiness. I can be truly happy and at peace sitting in a chair right here, right now. Because the source of that feeling isn't out there. It's already in here. And it's always available when my mind quiets enough for me to notice it. The next time you're upset, just try not to be in such a big hurry to fix it. Maybe give yourself a little pause. Ask yourself, what if I already have what I'm looking for? Maybe go do something enjoyable. Go get an ice cream cone, walk around the block, sit outside, enjoy the fresh air. I'm not talking about the high energy happiness we all enjoy when things are going well. I'm talking about the quieter kind, the built-in happiness, the love and the peace of mind that's always there. It's always there beneath the ups and downs and the stuff that's going on in the world. The kind you can come home to no matter what's happening around you. And when you stop chasing it out there, you give yourself the chance to feel it in here. And more often than not, it shows up on its own. We are taught from a very young age to value our personal thinking, our intellect, to believe that study is important, and the more information that you gather and that you know, the smarter you are. And yes, our personal intellect is wonderful. We're taught, though, to believe that if there's a problem, the answer will come from working it out in our heads. And sometimes it does. But here's what I've realized. If the answer doesn't come fairly quickly to me, pushing harder doesn't usually help. It just creates more thinking and it stirs things up. And that's when I step away. I give my mind space and I wait for something new to come through. And without fail, something new does come through. I'm working with a woman who she's very well educated, advanced in her career, respected by her peers and associates and everyone in her life. She's a great mom and a great wife. And when we first met, she felt extremely anxious and she was very unhappy. She spent a lot of time in her head thinking about her problems and running through the millions of ways she might solve them, solutions, who would be affected, how her actions today would affect future outcomes, and on and on and on. The more she thought, the worse everything got. She was exhausted and burnt out. And then she tried something different. Instead of wrestling with her thoughts, she began to let them pass. And over time, she has noticed a new sense of calm in all areas of her life. She has noticed that life feels easier. And the last time we talked, she was taking the afternoon off to hang out with her daughter, just the two of them. The way we think shapes how we experience life. Imagine a pitcher of water with salt stirred into it. Keep swirling it and it stays cloudy. Leave it alone and it clears all by itself. Well, our mind works the same way. I have seen it happen over and over again. Someone comes in feeling completely stuck, going in circles, certain they've tried everything. Then something shifts. Their mind slows down, fresh ideas show up, and suddenly what felt impossible starts to feel obvious. And here's the fun part. You might get this intellectually and think, yep, that makes sense. Well, it would make sense to a 5-year-old. But when you actually see it for yourself, when insights land and your life starts to change, it really does feel like magic. You'll find links in the description if you'd like to connect for a conversation, or if you want to explore more resources to help you see clarity for yourself. If this helped you see a relationship in a new way, and I hope it helped to make things even clearer, sometimes that nothing feeling isn't the end. It's just your mind and heart feeling worn out. So in this next video, you'll see why the spark can fade, what might really be going on, and some ways to bring back connection without forcing it.